It's good to have you here, Phil. So I'm going to go straight to the point and ask you that starting 2021 amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the Gulf of Guinea region has experienced an increase in the number of piracy attacks on ships and crew. Um, do you mind sharing your views on that?
No, not at all. And I think that the we've seen such a sharp rise in piracy attacks because of one central reason. The pirates think they can get away with it. They have made the assessment that the response by local navies and coast guards and by international navies is such that they can get away with it. So their risk benefit analysis is the benefits are well worth the risk. During COVID, they think COVID is going to affect the response because it's not affecting their attacks. So that's the major issue. The second issue I would say is the fact that the economy is not great anywhere in the world, and because of tough economic times, they've upped their tempo to get to make money, and they're making money in the Gulf of Guinea through kidnap for ransom.
Okay. So the Secretary General made his remarks on the implementation of the IMO best management practices for West Africa, which is to deter, avoid, delay, and report on attacks. Do you think ships are not actually implementing the best management practices?
Well, the best management practices that the IMO has been supporting are generally accepted by industry as useful and as important. The difficulty is there are a lot of different ships from different companies and different countries, different flag states. And so it's not a uniform application of these best management practices. We saw the case of the Mozart. Mozart did not have, for example, a citadel. And a citadel is one of those best management practices. It's one of those things that is recommended. So I don't think it's an issue of shipping companies not taking that into account. I think that they do understand that best management practices are a smart way to go. It's a question of being able to. Some vessels have low freeboards and they're slow, and they may not have citadels, and that makes them targets, and that also makes them vulnerable to attack. So the best remedy is a better response by enforcement groups like the navies and the coast guards. That's the best solution. Although best management practices will minimize the risk for shippers.
Okay. So now tell us about the online expert level discussion on the implementation of the Yaoundé Code of Conduct architecture, which is being facilitated by the IMO.
Well, I think that just before the Yaoundé Code of Conduct was signed on June 25th, 2013, there were a series of expert level meetings that led to the heads of state meeting. And there was also a ministerial meeting in between the expert level meetings and the heads of state meeting. What we're doing now is taking a look at assessing how the Yaoundé Code of Conduct has been implemented. What are the gaps? What are the areas that international organizations can assist with? What are areas that industry can assist with? What are areas that international partners, like international navies, can assist with? this week or next week, we will be conducting discussions about combined law enforcement operations and how best to utilize support by international partners and by industry. So that's an important step. Everyone has a shared interest in the seas being safer in the Gulf of Guinea, not just the coastal states, but also the industry and also those other countries that have interests, either businesses or other interests in the area. They all have interests and should all contribute. So this expert level meeting that we're doing is going to provide the ability for ECOWAS and ECAS experts to talk about what are the implementation gaps and where assistance could be most useful.
Okay, thank you very much, Phil. So it's great to have you.